What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to The Climb. I am your host, X-Ray. Joining me once again is the Solo Bolo King himself, Brissy. Welcome, sir.
Hello, it's been a while.
It's been a while, but he's
I
back, don't worry.
finally
And
show my face back on the climb, dude.
listen, we haven't had a chance to do Solo or Bolo because there's not enough games being played to make slides. Um, but joining us today is Gamer D, the commissioner himself.
Hello, X-Ray. Glad to be
Welcome.
back. Thank you for having me again for the third time.
Yeah,
I love it here.
I think it's the third time. I think I haven't seen you since it's like Summit season 2 end of season podcast. If I think
Right around then. Yeah.
I think that's last time I've had you on here. So I wanted to bring you on here with Brissy because I know you guys are best pals.
Lovers.
We
Oh,
almost-
yeah.
Lovers.
Best pals.
Yeah.
Lovers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Almost had Gamer D on cam. He'd have been sitting right next to me, but
Dude, that would have been great actually.
it's a lot of work for what should be a 30-minute episode.
Right, yeah.
Drive
So-
30 minutes to sit there for 30 minutes.
Yeah. So honestly, Gamer D. I mean, we already know kind of a lot about you from past experiences, but how do you feel about this season so far? How do you think it's been shaping out?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, from like commissioner's side, I think it's decently balanced. I do think like obviously the teams that did better in draft are kind of showing that they're the stronger teams. Obviously, some tweaks to be made to try to even things out even more. But you know, I've gotten some feedback from some players that they feel like this is one of the more balanced seasons that we've had. I don't know how everybody feels about that. I mean, as a player, it felt like, I mean, especially with us. I mean, we went to 3 games just about every series, so it felt pretty fun. I mean, steamrolling and getting steamrolled isn't that fun.
Yeah.
So, try to keep long series.
I definitely feel you because in season 4 of La Liga, I'm not joking. I think there was only like 2 series where we did not go to all games. Like it was, whether it was best of 3 or best of 5, we went to we pretty much played the most games out of any
Yeah.
team. So, but yeah, I was very happy with this season so far, even though I didn't get to play. I got to play one series.
You did get to play
one series. So, but honestly, I thought this season has been like super competitive, super close, in most of the games. But I mean,
Obviously there's outliers, but
right,
yeah.
for sure. But I mean, that's pretty much gonna happen every season, though. Is like you'll always have that like one,
Yeah.
that one or two
One or two
outliers. Yeah,
Always gonna
Yep.
be hiccups. Can't perfect everything, but
I cannot draft for everybody.
Yeah, I would say you have done a great job this season, Gamer D, and I look forward to season 5.
Listen,
Oh,
I'm
thank you.
ready for season 5. It's gonna be a good one. I'm excited. Hopefully, I'll get drafted that time.
Hey, 12 teams.
12 teams.
12 teams. I have a chance. All right. So, anyways, let's get into the rest of the game. So we're gonna just finish up our quarterfinals matches, starting off with just the quickest one: Cyberbullies versus Ship Without a Captain. SW or Ship Without a Captain had to FF due to scheduling issues, and that is where I'm gonna just leave it off at. There's a little bit of a drama, but it's all right. So, moving on to the first series, Asteria's Kittens versus Conflict of Interest. I actually really like this series. Gamer D does not like this series as much.
Whoa, I didn't say that.
Okay. I respect it. Honestly, I actually had a lot of fun watching this one. Besides, like Game 3, I thought Game 3 was kind of a bore for me. But honestly, Game 1, it was a very interesting level 1 trade, a 1-for-1. Honestly, I think it was losing for the side of Conflict of Interest, though, because of Finite had to sub in for Pyrosis, and he died level 1. He actually got hit by the tower or got hit by a goo, and so it traded 1-for-1. It was gonna be 1-0 until uh, a goo hit him, and Finite had to use both summoners to get out of there, or used Flash to get out, and then had to TP back to lane. And so Finite was pretty much dead in the water, and luckily Mathith Peanut comes up and just kind of like shuts Finite down, and is kind of like top lane's basically over at that point, and it's like 3 minutes into the game. And then I think Mathith Peanut had a really good game. Creating plays around the map. Did like a level like 7 dive, like ran through tower and just killed Finite under tower with a goo. It was really fun. It was really fun to watch. Sparks had a really good showing. Bot lane. Asteria, I don't know how you are not at like 125 stacks at like 15 minutes on Smolder, but the Smolder stacking was really bad apparently, is what I've heard.
Yeah, it didn't look too great. I think Korai even admitted it.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I was gonna say,
correctly, but I know that it was talked a lot about on the unofficial stream of this series.
Yeah, I think PPP was streaming it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because his game or your guys' game was the official stream. That's right. Sorry.
But I mean, yeah, the like you're saying, AK for most of the games, it kind of seemed like they were just looking to scale up and farm, and the rest of AK just kind of put on a show, which was fun to watch.
Yeah,
Agu and Sparks popped off. I mean,
Mhm.
Mathis probably had his best series of the season against us. Definitely with the help of Array being like roaming a lot and kind of being a menace all over the map. Yeah, I mean that Volibear was disgusting. They had really good dives kind of everywhere all the time.
Yeah, and honestly, like just for like game 1 specifically, or for the whole series, is Tubby was lagging, like really bad.
Oh yeah, that's so bad.
Tubby had DC'd I think like 3 times alone in game 1, so
Yeah, something like that.
it was kind of bad for COI, and of course they don't have Pyrosis, so you're missing basically half your team, so which sucks.
It is tough to see a semifinal series of 2 really strong teams throughout the season, and one team has to go into it at not full power. That does suck.
Right. Yeah. But game 2, honestly, so game 2, it was literally just COI. Sai literally said this last week in the climb. COI is nightmare dependent, and this game really showed it. The Viego was crazy. I think ended the game like 8-3 or something like that. And then Kale just absolutely scaled up in this game and just kind of ran the game over. Bercy, you got any thoughts on this game?
I mean, I kind of just have an overall view of the series, just because because it went 3-1, and COI didn't have full power. It's just kind of hard to gauge. I don't know. I don't want to put any sort of feeling toward how it went just due to that specific reason. I think the sub for Pyrosis, I love Cooper to death, but him not being kind of fresh. I mean, he was too fresh. Probably hadn't played League in quite a while, and to be called up to play
28
against,
days.
Yeah, to be called up to play against Agu, who is a super strong top laner. I mean, as you saw, pretty much every game, Finite just could not keep up with Agu. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But props to AK. I mean, they showed out. Sparks, Mathith, and just Array. I mean, I think those 3 alone just put on a really good show.
Yeah, for sure. Just to finish up the games real quick. I mean, game 3, it was pretty clear cut game to me. I mean, AK just made some really good plays, got fed, and won the game. That's basically what I saw for this game. Sparks got fed. Mathith was doing his Mordekaiser thing. Camille was just in the top lane playing against a Kayle, and bot lane was scaling because they're playing Smolder. And then
that Silas was pretty gross.
Yep.
No, I mean, like, I don't know. I've been kind of waiting all season for Sparks to just kind of like dumpster, because he's a very very good player. Like in my opinion, one of the most talented tier 4 players, and like could be bumped to tier 3. And yeah, he peaked Emerald 1.
Oh, I thought he was a tier 3 at least.
Right. Yeah, I mean he's very very
Crazy.
good at the game. So I mean, when it has a series like that, it's like really not that surprising. Kind of expected more of it throughout the season, but obviously, I mean, he's not grinding like crazy or anything. I mean, it's that AK is a team full of friends, and like I played on a team with like Asteria and Sparks and all them in another league, and yeah, I mean, for practice we played ARAM. So, like it's good vibes over there. It was good vibes over on the side of the COI. The series was fun. I mean, all the banter was just kind of like.
Wait, hang on.
Good vibes.
I have a general question actually about COI. Why didn't you guys just not rule that you guys won the series? I mean, you had three owners of the league. You could have just been like, nope, you guys lost. Sorry. Just how it goes.
I mean, it was a conflict of interest, you know. We didn't know
okay.
I will say both of these teams are probably the two teams in contention for the POF award at the end of the season.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean,
honestly, I feel like you for Power of Friendship. I feel like it has to go to COI because you literally have 3 co-owners on the same team. I will say, Serious Kins though is definitely a good contender there as well.
Oh yeah. And I think just like how we played overall in the series with PyPy not being there kind of speaks volumes to just like PyPy's impact on a team, because I know like a lot of people see like, oh, you know, he was Masters 170 LP or whatever, and now he's like swings between Emerald and Diamond because he sprints it in solo queue all the time because he limit tests and shit. But I mean, like the guy's leadership on like when you're playing League and like drafting and everything like that is absolutely insane. I mean, he's very encouraging. He helps like everybody on the team throughout the whole game. Like the guy's everywhere. I mean, his like trying to find a replacement for PyPy is pretty much impossible. And I mean, we did the best we could in terms of like skill, but yeah, replacing PyPy is impossible. Very good captain.
Yeah, for sure. And last thing before we move on to this, Gamer D, how did it feel to get barred for your last game?
End the season with a bang, man.
Yeah,
with a bang.
I was kind of like, all right, this might be it. So I just locked into Bard. Figure might as well get on something comfy. They got rid of Maokai, so
yeah. All right, nice. And then for my player of the series, I just did Sparks. I mean, Sparks had a incredibly good series.
Yeah, deserved, very deserved.
So honestly, my second pick is honestly Mathith. I think Mathith or Goo. I think I could swap either of those.
I think you're sleeping on the impact that Array had on the game. Like the all 3 games that they won was just the Array show. Honestly, like I got diffed so hard. Like I looked better against Sai than I did against Array.
Yeah, the difference between week 1 Array on support to semifinals is night and day.
Yeah, the guy bodied me with Alistar, so I mean, I don't know.
Who plays Alistar anymore?
I don't know.
But yeah, that's gonna wrap up that series, and then our final series is the underdog story, the Gauntlet versus Ganking Private Ryan. This game, or this series, I had to so I had it on live, but I was playing I think League at the same time, so I wasn't really watching it. But when I came back and I saw that they were in a game 5, I was like, crazy. And then I saw GP3 winning the game.
GPR.
Or-
GPR. It's GPR.
Oh my god. Did I do
GPR.
it? Did I do it? I fucking did it. Where's the Brissy
And
said,
it's finity, not finite.
oh my god. Hang on. I wish
Get a counter going.
Brissy
Yeah,
literally
pull
said I'm gonna
Yeah,
pull
hold
up
on.
a screenshot of your series score lines every time you say GP3. I'm showing the camera.
Oh, goodness.
Dude, I was psyching myself up all day, like GPR, 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 and then I hit record, and I actually fuck it up. All right,
This guy,
GPR.
Just say the whole team name.
I
Say the whole
actually
team name.
have to. I can't say your fucking short version. So, the Gauntlet versus Ganking Private Ryan was a banger of a series.
A lot of fun.
Was a lot of ups and downs for both teams. Honestly, I thought the Gauntlet was gonna go 3-1.
Everybody said 3-0. It's gonna be one-sided.
That's
Yeah, okay.
that's what I honestly thought. I thought like bot lane was just gonna get diffed and it was just game over. But no. But game one, it was for the most part a pretty good game for the Gauntlet. Besides Heiko being Heiko and just getting caught for just random reasons. Like
That's our boy.
so I can't really
We do
expect
love
anything.
Heiko.
I can't expect anything less from Heiko though. So, but I mean, really good game. Executed the role, or everyone executed the role extremely well. And honestly, I think in this first game, and maybe we can get some insight from Brissy on this one. Is I honestly thought that it could have been like nerves or something like that, or maybe just out of practice. But like PvP was just making a lot of like not super great plays. He was like level 4 and he was taking dragon, and both his mid lane and bot lane were getting or shoved in, so he couldn't really do anything.
I would say it was a little bit of both. Definitely probably leaning more toward lack of practice. I mean, coming into the game as underdogs, we've kind of just put no expectations on how series are going to go now. We just want to play the game. But the amount of games that we've played, basically the last time we had played together was this 5-game series that we played against Feeders Anonymous the week before.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we got hard diffed in pretty much every aspect of that game, which was tough to swallow in game one, because at that point you're kind of already thinking, oh, all these people might have been right. Maybe we're going to just get hard rolled for 2 more games, but didn't happen.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought you guys honestly played extremely well this next game, or did so much better. Game 2. Sorry, I keep switching between my notes and the scoreboard. I mean, game 2, I would say GP or GPR. I said GPR.
Yep.
They look significantly better and made some stuff happen this game. And wasn't making as many mistakes. Never Saw was playing very well. I think she was playing Silas, if I was not mistaken. Yes, Silas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very interesting pick by PPP, by the way. Darius Jungle. Was not expecting that. I knew he would come up with something, but the Darius Jungle was definitely something I was not expecting. But that's how PPP cooks. Is he finds something and he makes it work somehow. So
yeah, I agree.
And I will say, game 2 was probably the most exciting for me because it came down to literally one auto tech, a base race.
The base race, man.
It
was crazy.
Like, basically, 3 people, they like team wiped. So it was PvP and Vossler were the only people alive, and they basically ran to the base. There's no Nexus towers, and Never Saw, I think, just chunked the Nexus to like half health before she died.
Yeah.
And
all that was like the fight right before that happened.
By the way, how close was it? Like,
was it really, really close.
Like,
I think our Nexus was probably about half HP by the time PvP got his last auto off. But
Oh, okay. So
That's
not
a Philios.
not
Well,
as
it's a
close.
Philios and Mord attacking our Nexus. So, I mean,
Did he have?
I don't
Did he
know.
have? Did he have chakrams?
I don't know. I
I actually don't know if
didn't
that
look back at
works
the VOD at
on
all, but
towers. I don't know if chakrams work like that on towers. Probably
yeah,
not.
the fight right before that happened, I just like kind of hard griefed trying to stop backs because Never Saw was in their base at the time, just trying to end the game herself. Um, but after that went badly, and you have Heiko and KibCat pushing down mid lane, PPP and Vossler are just trying to get by the Morgana, dodge the Q, and they managed to do it. But man, it was close and very nerve wracking.
Yeah, and this is just game 2, by the way. Imagine if you guys lost that game. Like how,
Yeah,
in your opinion, how would you
honestly,
feel that?
if we go down 2-0 there, I don't. It's really. I don't think we win the series, to be honest.
You think
Um,
morale's at a pretty low? Is good.
I think morale's pretty low, and having to fend off that team without having at least like one more game of a buffer. I think it's just too far gone at that point. But
So what you're saying is game 2 was like you saying
that was the deciding factor.
when you won the base race, did you guys feel like almost like re-energized sort of stuff?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, for sure.
I can definitely see Brissy, like he saw it and he got up and he's like, "Let's fucking go!"
I was not as hype on the base race as I was in Game 5 though. I think Game 5 was probably the most exciting game just because of how communicative our team was and how we played it. But I mean, we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
in a couple minutes.
I have a lot of things to say about Game 5, but let's go on to Game 3. Sorry, I forgot our glorious co-host here. Gamer D, do you have anything to say about these first 2 games?
I did miss the first 2 games, so no, I got nothing.
Wow, you missed Brissy's games.
No, you don't want to watch. You don't want to watch any of the first 3.
Okay,
to be honest.
Game one, you solo killed. I think twice.
I'm gonna give a shout out to KibCat. I mean, I know KibCat's a tier 5, but I mean that's purely just because I don't think he plays the game nearly as much as he could. That guy's an insanely good top laner.
KibCat is crazy.
I wouldn't put him anywhere below probably plat 1. I think he's just super good.
What's his rank? What's KibCat's rank? He's silver. Okay, he has been plat before in 2023. So last year. So season 2 actually. So yeah, he's been plat.
I wouldn't put him anywhere
like
below P1.
I mean, like plays
okay.
well above his rank because he doesn't play ranked.
Okay, that makes sense.
Has a ton of competitive experience.
Okay, yep, that makes sense. That makes sense now. Moving on to game number 3. Really bad level 1 for ganking Private Ryan. The Blitzcrank pick, and then they kind of walked in as 5 and just ran down the game. To be honest, I thought this game specifically, I think it came down to literally just the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, the gold swing is crazy.
Cause you guys were actually like down like 5K at one point, and then came back and actually got a gold lead.
Yeah.
And then lost it, and then lost the game.
Definitely.
So I'll kind of like try to paint the picture to the best of my ability. So Dragon spawns. It's like I can't remember if it was drag point or not. I think it was. I think you guys had GPR had 2 dragons, so this would be their 3rd. Ends up with GPR winning the 4v4, and then never saw kills KibCat in the top lane. So overall, just like a really good play for GPR, and that like swings the gold into their favor, and they get the dragon. So they're having a really good game or good plays. And then Baron spawns. GPR gets Baron, and then Vossler makes a crazy hook on setup. They kill setup, and then they pick my hot daddy. So it's a 3v5, and GPR are pushing mid. as 5. But Kit Kat, Heiko, and Psy, Boy Wife, have some things to say about that. Um, Kit Kat, I'm
Sure.
gonna be honest, is gonna get the MVP for this fight. Just because of, I don't know why you guys were just ignoring Kit Kat so much, but he shredded you guys. It shredded 3 of you guys. It was
I would say in that instance, we made a very big lapse in judgment, thinking that with 0 cooldowns, and not enough time on their death timers, we thought we could end the game. But by the time we got down there, it was. I mean, they had 2 people spawning in, I think maybe 8 or 9 seconds,
I think it
and
was actually like 15, if I'm not mistaken.
something around there. But yeah, he stalled and shredded us to the point to where we lose 2 people, and I mean, we shouldn't have even walked down to
I
Nexus
can
Towers.
see
We
the
should have just
hurt in
taken.
your eyes, like,
Oh, it sucks. Yeah, but
yeah, and
it is what it
and
is.
never saw PPP and Brissy kind of just fall, and then Ryan ults in and then dies from Kit Kat, and then Heiko is just untouched in this fight, just auto attacking the enemy
Hmm.
team. And then TP setup is gets back alive, TP's top, and then they just end the game. So
Yeah,
I would definitely agree though. I think you guys definitely should have won this game. But it's unfortunate. I think
I
it.
think I think at that point it's a bit of a toss up because if we don't end the game there, I mean, we have Baron, yes, but we still, I mean, we have to back for items with all the gold that we just got, and
Yeah.
we then have to fend them off for another team fight, which the whole game they had been playing phenomenally. So
Yeah.
I think if we don't end it there, it's still an unlikely chance that we actually win that game.
Game D. Did you? How sorry? Did you watch this game?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Let's.
I was able to
I
hear
want to
this
hear
one.
your thoughts on this one.
Uh, yeah, I think that this kind of came down to, I mean, like MHD got the Lilia again and kind of was able to be useful on that. I think that the what do you have game 2? A Hecarim like just like wasn't it?
Yeah, it
Uh,
was not it. I agree.
I mean, he's proficient in a couple of champions and like when he gets those it's good. I think
Mm.
I mean this whole series as a whole is just like the difference of being able to utilize your tier 1s and your tier 5s
Mm.
to put them in the position like for the tier 5s to have an impact on the game without needing a whole lot of resources, and then putting your tier 1s in the position to get those resources to have an impact on the game across the map, because when they're able to put Neversaw mid lane, she's able to do that, able to get all the farm and XP, solo farm and XP, and then like my hot daddy on something that like Lilia that can get a full team sleep that helps the whole team um, is pretty big. And then obviously GPR has like Brissy on these like tanks and like a lot of utility up there from the top lane. It's huge. I mean, obviously, or I guess MHD was it's tier 5, right, or tier 4? I don't know.
Tier
I think
4.
MHD
Tier
is tier
4.
4.
Kit Kat. Kit
Oh, okay.
Kat is tier 5, and then my hot dad is
Yeah.
tier 4.
Well, lower tier versus upper tier, and it being able to just like put them in the proper positions. I think that was kind of like the main difference. I mean, you gotta somehow shut down Neversaw mid, and it's a very difficult task.
It is.
I really like that. Like not the analogy, but like what you kind of described. How to honestly, that's just how like a good summit team is made, is making
Yeah.
good use of your tier 5s and your tier 1s.
Yeah, and I think Sai realized it after that one. It's like, oh, I need more gold. I need more experience to have an impact on these games.
Yeah. So, for anyone who wants to be a drafter for next season, take that notes. Make good use of your tier 1s and tier 5s. Who cares about tier 2, 3, 4. Nobody cares. Pick anyone. But let's move on to the game number 4. The Gauntlet taking, Ganking Private Ryan taking this one. PvP and Ryan swap positions. Never saw 11 CS per min this game on the Azir. I was not I literally was like 15 minutes into the game, and it was 20 minutes into the game, and I looked down and never saw it was like 220 CS. I was like, what? I was like, I was surprised, and she withstood that 11 CS per minute through the whole game. And honestly, in my opinion, I think this game literally came down to draft. I don't have I do have I can't actually pull up the draft. The R2 Briar pick is...
Yeah, that ain't it.
That was something... So, they picked Lilia. So, Ganking Private Ryan picked Lilia, and then the Gauntlet picked, I believe, Ashe and Briar.
Correct.
So, from there, I think is just... You basically just say, oh, hey, we're going to lose this game, because you already know that Ganking Private Ryan, those next 4 picks are just going to be stuff that can stop Briar from doing anything, pretty much. They then picked, Caitlyn and Azir, I think it was Caitlyn Poppy? Something like that?
Yeah, we did pick Poppy phase 1.
Yeah, okay. So, and then they responded with, Mordekaiser or something like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the rest of the Gauntlet's team is, because it wasn't great. And then Ganking Private Ryan just picked Yuumi and Azir. So, these are all, tools that can, either push Briar away or sleep her or just outrun her or, something like that. So... In my opinion, I think this game just comes down to draft difference.
Nah. Yuumi diff.
Yuumi diff? Because I watched a lot of fights of where My Hot Daddy went in and then just died right off the bat, so it just became a 4v5.
Yeah, that's a Yuumi diff.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, every time I see Briar, I'm picking Yuumi. Got it. Okay.
Vossler doesn't miss cues ever.
No.
Before we hear from Brissy and his thoughts, Gamer D.
Dude, I just said my thoughts.
Okay.
Yuumi diff.
Gotcha.
Yuumi diff, yeah.
Brissy, send it to Brissy.
Well, yeah, I agree. I think this one was a bit of a draft diff. The Briar pick was kind of tough for them.
I mean, it is a counter,
I gotta say,
but you can't pick it. You can't pick it R2.
Evie was questioning her ability to perform on Azir in draft for this game, because she said the last time she had played it did not go well. Well, we can see how this game went just by scoreboard. She performed pretty well. This was a fun game all around. I think that we kind of gave them a pretty hefty gold lead throughout the mid game, but once we actually grouped up, started playing team fights, I think there was a lot of instances of just really good synergy with our team. Evie's shuffles were on point. Ryan's Lilia is really, really good, and putting PPP and Vossler on a pretty easy bot lane that can be executed. It all came together in a really strong game 4 for us.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on to game number 5, and this one is probably going to be the one where I talk about the most, because to my honest opinion, I think this one also came down to a draft difference. So I actually looked back through every single draft, and the Gauntlet always drafted, always banned J4, Talia, and Smolder. What did they change in Game 5? They changed the Talia ban to a Yuumi ban. Which, okay, I get it. Yuumi's annoying to deal with, so I understand it. But now you're leaving up Ryan's Talia. So when you pick Nunu or B1, I actually think you've already lost draft, in my opinion. I don't think because you know he's gonna pick it, right? Or you have a general idea of like he's probably gonna pick this, right? So why would you pick Nunu? I feel like there are so many better options for at least the for my hot daddy's pool of champions. Like we've seen him play Rammus. Rammus is a counter for Talia. I don't know why you just didn't pick that, in my opinion. But I think after that, it becomes just kind of like this weird draft because they pick Vigar and Jinx. So you pick your mid lane, and then you let Cassidon, and then you let Neversaw pick Cassidon. So it's very strange to me of like what they're thinking of. And then my favorite pick of all is Ganking Private Ryan's top lane pick is Brissy. Did you say unbench the Kench? Because they picked the Tommy Salami in the top lane. It was
this was completely on a whim. I've never played Tom Kench on Summoner's Rift before. It's been pretty much
hang on, time out. Are you saying you first time Tom Kench this game?
Yeah. I mean, I played him in ARAM a couple times, but outside of a few ARAM games, I've never played Tom Kench on Summoner's Rift.
Clip this.
I didn't tell my team that in draft. It was between Tom Kench or Ornn, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm tired of playing Ornn. We're just gonna do this. So we did it. It turned out really well.
My mind is blown right now.
Hey, you gotta do it sometimes. I mean,
hey,
season 2 finals, I played Ziggs for the first time.
The whole idea behind this was to allow PPP and Vossler once again to just kind of play a fairly safe bot lane. Sivir Soraka was a great combo that we went with. And then once you get Neversaw and Cassidon, it was like, okay, we're just going to play to scale this up. Let Neversaw, get a pretty hefty lead, which she did, and then basically steamrolled the game solo.
This game did not take long to go out of control.
There was a couple really good fights that we had taken. One specifically in right around Dragon. I think it was the entrance into their bot camps, where we got a really nice pick on Psy's Lux, and then my hot daddy. See, another thing about the Nunu is they had some really good early ganks, and he got really strong pretty quickly. I think he had a Leandry's at like 11 or 12 minutes, but building that much AP that early, we were able to kind of take advantage of him being so squishy in those early fights, and we're able to just snowball from there, which was really nice.
Yeah.
And then Ryan's Talia, right? I mean, that's those two performed so well that game specifically was.
Yeah,
Neversaw
awesome. And Ryan had such an incredible. Like Ryan was making plays all around the map and pretty much showed why they banned Talia for the first 4 games. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, definitely.
So I mean, like Ryan Neversaw, I think this was pretty much their show this game, and then I think PPP Vossler and yourself, Brissy, were just an excellent supporting cast. The Soraka was crazy. I mean, Sivir was just the AD damage. He was there. He was doing a good job. I can't remember if he died or not, but I think he had like no more than like 3 deaths on the Sivir. On
the Sivir, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you were playing fantastic as well. I think we're like 4-1 and 6 or something like that. It's last time.
Yeah, I think that was my end score. I think the main benefit to going Tom there was just, we wanted to neutralize the Garen, something that I can't remember if we were able to do in the earlier game where he played. No. We ended up losing to the Garen pretty heavily, so we wanted to neutralize it. Went ahead with the Tom Kench, which worked out really well, and I think the rotations across the map to just take advantage of those objectives was something we did really well in that game.
Yeah, Gamer D? Your thoughts on game number 5? I think honestly, I think game number 5 was, uh, actually I can't say game number 5 was the best. I think it was the most fun though to watch.
I mean, I don't know. It looked pretty doomed like 10 minutes in for the Gauntlet.
I agree. I would disagree with you, X-Ray.
Maybe
I think
even before that, just the casting got going, and it was like, oh, okay, good game.
Yeah, I think the most fun game was game 2. I think that just the base race was topped everything.
I mean, the DPR looked like they took a note out of Power Friendships playbook season 1, where you throw your ADC on Sivir. I'm surprised PPP didn't take cleanse there. Have your top laner on some utility and let the mid laner go crazy with the jungler just running all over the place. Yeah, I mean, weird bans for sure. I mean, that or the Yumi turned that out. I don't know. I think the J4 maybe could have gone to it, but I don't know. I suck at drafting, so who am I to tell anybody what was right or wrong?
So like, I mean, I think honestly that those are like your 3 mandatory bans. Like, I don't think unless you're like unless you're like your jungler or your mid laner has some sort of pick into like Smolder, J4, or Talia. I feel like those 3 are like almost a perma ban against Ganking Private Ryan.
Sure.
So
yeah.
But no, I honestly, Ganking Private Ryan had a fantastic series. If I had to give a player of the series, I give it to no one. Honestly, I think all of you.
Even I never saw, dude.
Yeah, it was
No, I'm gonna give it to whoever streamed this series. I think it was Loon. If I wasn't.
No, it was. Oh yeah, it was Loon.
Yeah,
player of the series is Loon. There you go. That's my player of the series.
It's never saw. It's never saw.
It's never saw.
It's never.
No, it's Brissy actually.
Maybe player of the game 5. I mean, but no. The series MVP goes to never saw.
We know who got it. It was Gamer D. He got player of the series for this one. Wasn't even in it. But let's move on to announcing MVP of the week, which does not a really big surprise, but we're gonna go with Sparks.
Woo! Yes, Sparks!
Yay, Sparks!
Yay, Sparks!
Yeah, I think Sparks had a really good, series. Was playing out of his mind. I think, like, honestly, I think he died like no more than 10 times in the whole series, if I'm not mistaken. So
how many times did you die? He only played actually. I just slid it in there one time. I had to ask.
He only played that well because Toby was lagging. I mean, he's not even that good.
Whoa! Yo,
I'm just kidding.
yo.
No, Sparks is the GOAT. He played very well.
Yeah, I mean, not a big surprise, like I said. Interested to see how he's going to play against, because he's playing against the number 1 mid laner right now. Mid 2 easy. So we'll definitely see how that goes. But let's move on to our last but not least, the predictions. Here they are. Your boy X-Ray sucked last week in predictions. He lost 3 games somehow. Predicted 3 teams. So I'm probably gonna lose. That's okay. Brissy, I need you to beat Venom.
It's gonna be tough. I think 2 upsets this week can happen. I think it can happen.
Can happen.
The gamers, all the gamers want a CB versus Dog 3rd place match. All of the gamers want it.
No.
Every single gamer.
I literally said if that that will happen when I hit Challenger. So
Bro's hitting Challenger in 9 days.
Apparently I'm gonna hit Challenger, guys, in 9 days. It's gonna be
if that happens, can I pick out and pay for a tattoo for you?
Yo.
Wait, pick out and pay out a tattoo to put on me?
I will pay. A tattoo of my choice. I'll put it on you anywhere you want.
Summit was here, arrow
Oh
pointing
my
down.
god.
Yeah, you have to get the Summit logo tattooed on your ass.
Honestly,
if it's
I do that. I do that right
Dogmatos
now. I do that right
versus
now.
Cyberbullies for third place.
Okay. Ooh. I don't know if I can do that.
Ugh. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Not dedicated. I'm gonna have to find new content lead. This is garbage.
Whoa! Yo! If you kick me off, I'm revolting. I'm revolting. I'm joining Evil Summit content team.
Better over there, anyways.
Oh, I'm getting triggered. I'm getting triggered. But I mean, not a huge surprise. Cyberbullies, Dog and Toss favorites. And then the two outliers, Ray and Brissy. They're not gonna pick against their own team, right? Right?
I would if it meant I win predictions, but I stay true to what I actually believe can happen.
Okay, I you know what? Respect, Brissy. I like
If
that
I were
confidence.
to if I were to change a prediction here, I would pick AK over Cyberbullies, but I had already put my predictions in.
Whoa! Really?
Hey man, everybody loves an underdog.
Dude, I kind of want to make the one exception and change it right now, because that's. Listen, Brissy. I'll do it just for you. I'll do it. I'll change it right now.
You're only saying that to give yourself a chance to catch up to me in
Oh,
predictions.
I'm dude. Actually, I was debating on actually just picking the underdog for every single series just to see if I could catch up.
Honestly, it worked a lot for me last season. That's partially why I ended up taking the prediction win last season, was because of the amount of times I kind of predicted an underdog to win. But we'll roll with it as is.
That's all right.
I pray Korai and Array can pull out a masterclass of a bot lane.
Okay. Yeah. And with that, folks, that is gonna wrap up this week of The Climb.
Let me see if I can do this real quick.
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I. Oh, hang on. Oh wait, yeah. I think I go this way. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you, and we'll see you next week. Thank you, Gamer D, Brissy, for coming out. We love you all, and we'll see you next week.